In this video, we're going to be looking at the EVA1 with the Laowa 12mm lens on the FeiyuTech AK4500 gimbal. Here's the story. The main reason I got the FeiyuTech AK4500 is because I wanted to be able to operate heavier camera setups like the EVA1. This gimbal has a max payload of 4.6 kilos or 10 pounds. This setup with the EVA1 and lens is approximately 2.1 kilos, plus add on the follow focus, which would still be under the 4.6 kilo payload. So let's take a look at some of the footage. Pro tip number 1, before operating a gimbal, make sure all the locks are off. Unfortunately, I started walking down the street and didn't realize that my tilt lock was still on. So I changed that and now the gimbal is operating as it should be. But as I look at the footage, it's not as smooth as the Panasonic S1 that I shot the other day. As you can see, there's a bit of wobble. And although I'm trying my best not to thump around while I walk, it still translates over into the video. One thing that I like about the EVA1 though is it has built-in NDs. So with this lens, because I can't screw any variable NDs on at the end of the lens, it's good to have those internal NDs with the EVA1. Now we're back at the park where we did the test the other day with the Panasonic S1, and we're walking around, and as you can see, there's still quite a bit of bump. I like how the sun shoots through the trees. And still quite bumpy. There must be something wrong with my technique, as I am thumping around a bit. And around about here, pro tip number 2 comes in. Always pack spare batteries, because now my monitor has died. So from now on, I'm shooting blind with no monitoring. Hello. And now I'm just walking along this street and I'm going to give 2 examples. This is without any warp stabilization. And this is with warp stabilization in Premiere Pro, just the default settings. As you can see, there's a massive difference as it then kicks back into the normal footage. Ultimately, the footage that you get straight off this gimbal with this setup, the way I have it configured, isn't ideal. Yes, you can use warp stabilizer and fix it a bit in post, but then that's extra processing time, and it would be good just to have nice smooth footage straight out of the camera. So now I've got the EIS on from the EVA1, and it does help out a bit, but ultimately I do like how the warp stabilizer in Premiere Pro fixes it better. You can still see shakes in the footage which aren't ideal. After walking around for a while, my arms started to hurt quite a bit due to the extra weight with the EVA1, so that's something to consider as well when putting bigger cameras on a gimbal like this. And now I've changed the settings through the smartphone app. I realized that the motors weren't set to max, so I've put them on max just to see if it makes a difference, and it didn't really help that much. Now I've added warp stabilizer to the same clip, where you can see the results here, which are not perfect. So ultimately, I do prefer the setup of the Panasonic S1 over the EVA1. Yes, the EVA1 has built-in NDs, which are ideal for shooting outside, but the way that I had the EVA1 configured today, I wasn't entirely happy with. So for gimbal shots, I'll continue to use the Panasonic S1. But let me know in the comments if you can see how I could improve these shots. Is it my walking technique, or is there a setting that I've overlooked? If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel for more videos on video creation in the future.